should be back on stream. It looks like we're up and running again. Sorry for the little bit of tech issues there. We are going to see if we can do this again. We're just going to restart the run. So hopefully we'll get back to the start here. We can do it again. Well, you are ready. I'm going to hit the big red button again. So once we go, we are going for a second time. 3, 2, 1, go. So once again, Green Grove, we are starting. Let's see if we can do the level just as smoothly as we did the first time. Maybe not as much RNG manipulation this time. We'll see if we get a good seed. So we're grabbing the rings again that we need, just taking the flicky. Normally we need to grab these flickies. I'll explain more about the little strat that we're doing here as we get further into the game. So a discussion that we will hear throughout this run as well, or at least what I like to bring up, is the music. It is very similar to the Sonic R, as it is the same, I believe it is the same composer that did it. So once again, amazing bonus stage coming here. 100 rings is what we need. We didn't hit any bombs the first time. Can we not hit the bombs the second time? I hope I don't hit the bombs. It's a good sign if we don't hit the bombs in the first stage. But you want to try and grab the 100 rings as quickly as we can. Dodge the bombs. Again, they appear at you very, very quickly. If you're not prepared for them, you're probably going to hit them. And then we're just going to send Sonic to space again. We got to have fun with these. We got to have a lot of fun with these. But yeah, these will all change. They'll change their style, but the basic premise of the stages are the same. Every time you go into another bonus stage, so when we go into Emerald Stage 2, it'll be 150 rings. Emerald Stage 3, it'll be 200, all the way up to the final Emerald Stage, which will require 500 rings in total. But the game literally throws these rings at you. It's not a problem. And as long as you just don't hit the mines, you're fine. It's a lot of memorization. Oh, well, hopefully the game still gives me the emerald then, because that's a lovely Sonic face. I'm going to see when we get to Special Stage 2 if we still have the emeralds. We'll pretend that we still have the first emerald. I guess the game has remembered that I have Emerald 1, so this is fine. This is fine. I should have restarted the actual full game. There's the RNG manipulation again. We're needing that because we didn't grab the emerald. We grabbed an extra life instead. But it's fine. We'll run with it. That's on me for not restarting the game, because the game has a save file. With it being on a PC, it actually remembers where you were, which is really good for us. So we're going to just try and find all these enemies here. They are holding the flickies that we need. The flickies, of course, they are all of different colors. We have blue and purple in this stage. Blue and purple are generally nice. Their AI will try and make them find their way towards Sonic. Green and red are different. Red will just like to bounce around and do what it wants in a set area, whereas the green ones just go off on their own adventure. You could make an entire game about green flickies, because the moment you lose a green flicky, have fun trying to find it, because you're not finding it. It's gone. It's off on its own adventure. It's fine. So coming up into Green Grove 2 here, once again, we're going to try and get 50 rings. For this first area, we need to grab 38. So again, I'm going to get these enemies. The enemies do not move. They are always in the same spot every time. And then once we grab the 10 ring box, I grab the 10 ring box and the shield box here, just for safety reasons. Shield, of course, allows you to take one hit without losing your rings. Marathon safety strats here, very important. I want 38 by the end of this level, so that's the purple flicky. 34, 35, 36, 35, 36, 37, and then there's one more ring up here we can grab, so it's fine. 39 rings for safety reasons. Into the onion ring, and away we go. Coming down, nice set of about 11 rings just sitting here. And we're going to immediately bounce off the wall, jump, and just head straight down to Knuckles, because he's hiding in here behind the mine. In a special stage number 2. No, this is special stage number 1 again. What is going on, game? All right. Well, I'm just going to restart the game, because this is special stage number 1 again, and I've never had this happen before. So that's fantastic. Keep the timer running. It's not a problem. New game. Come hither.
Well, while we get started with the new game, do we have time for a few?
You go ahead, my friend. Go ahead.
Excellent. We've got a couple right off the bat here. We are starting off with Zephyr the Excellent Ninja. He's sending $10 our way, saying, "Greetings, speed friends. Just wanted to wish you all a good day and hope you're ready for a packed schedule. So many fine games, and I'm not sure how I'm supposed to work and sleep while all this is going on. But stay home, be safe, and let's raise some cash." He's putting his money towards whatever the first unmet incentive is, and I'll look into what that is here in just a moment. Meanwhile, we've also got $10 from Race Pro UK, $100 from Rusix, saying he's really looking forward to this week of runs. Best of luck to all. It's going to be a good week. And finally, our very own Tiny Tim throws $50 our way, saying, "Hey all, looking forward to an amazing event. Thank you to all the organizers, staff, and runners for putting this together at such a short notice. Had to donate for the fabulous Argick and the not-so-fabulous Sonic 3D Blast PC run. Have a great week all, cheers."
Hey, what's wrong with 3D Blast PC, other than the fact that it has a little bit of a save file issue? So this time, for the third time, we're going to see Special Stage number 1. Oh boy! I never thought I'd do this special stage as many times in a run as we have, but that is the joy of save file. I honestly thought that if you click new game when you hit start, it clears the save file. Apparently, it does not. So today I learned. But yeah, we're just going to go through this, and if you don't see an emerald at the end of the run, then something has gone horribly wrong. But we fully closed the game. We have fully restarted it again. So third time is the charm. Imagine having to do a special stage 3 times, having never failed it once. But yeah, Sonic 3D Blast PC version here. It is the third version of the game. We have the Genesis version, we have the Saturn version, and we have the PC version. All 3 of them have different bonus stages available. Genesis is you're running in a straight line, dodging mines and rings, but they are significantly less fabulous than this stage. There they are. There's the big boy. That's who we're looking for. That's our chunky emerald. We need them. Good emerald. This is what we're looking for. Sonic got a Chaos Emerald. I'm genuinely surprised that if you get a life in the first special stage, it will continuously play the first special stage. I wonder if anybody over at the 3D Blast community knows that that's a thing. Hopefully, I've found something new. No RNG manipulation this time. Maybe this means that we will get special stage number 2 and not go back to special stage number 1, eh? But no, we're just going to go through this stage again. So there's nothing that are a little bit finicky to try and hit. So we're just going to go through here. We're going to see how this goes. I will retime this run at the end as well there, just because of the tech issues. Didn't want to restart the timer at the moment because there was no real point to go for it. We want to just get this marathon underway because, as has been said, it is a week-long marathon of amazing speedruns coming up. And I'm very thankful to the ESA staff for allowing me to open it. So there's the big laser man. He fires on the 4 axes, up, down, left, and right. We want to make sure we dodge them. Taking out the lovely little fly enemy. Do not hit me with the bricks because there are not enough rings for me to recover. I have checked. I have counted many a time. And then finally, we're going to come to special stage number 2. This time with added knuckles. So down and round. And back to where we should have been about 5 minutes ago, eh? In we go. Hello, Knuckles. Takes all 52 rings. Hey, there we go. Different color scheme. It means we're getting the bonus stage. That is good for us. So we want to stay as relatively close to this left-hand side as we can at the start of the special stage because you get a whole bunch of rings. You can see them here. It looks like it's fairly easy to control. Sonic is constantly trying to move in the last direction that you press. So if you press left, he's constantly trying to move left. So we're kind of trying to guide Sonic here. I have more than enough rings, so we're just going to start bouncing again, try and launch ourselves into space now and again. Make sure we dodge the mines. If you get hit by a mine, it does lose 5 rings each time. Not a massive amount, but it also slows you down. The stage scrolls at a certain rate. You want to keep it that rate for maximum speed, but sometimes I will take deliberate damage off a mine because it will allow me to grab a larger amount of rings. But yeah, these stages, fairly chill, fairly easy, really, really noisy if you look at it in the background there. Again, the backgrounds are not meant to be like this. It's just new PC versus old game, and old game has some fun with it. And then another fun thing is that there is actually no countdown music for the end of these. There's supposed to be. It is in the game files. It just never plays. So now that we've got that, we have no rings, so we got to be careful as we pass the mine as we come out there. And we're just going to navigate our way through section 2 of the stage here. We know where all the enemies are going to be. We're coming up to our first instance of the red enemy. He's a big bouncy boy that's inside a big bouncy boy. So they will bounce around out of the way, being really annoying if you let them go. But we don't want to let them go. We want them to be following us. Flickies will always follow Sonic unless they are either A, hit by an enemy themselves, or B, Sonic takes damage, in which case all 5 Flickies will start roaming. And as we said, blue and purple will come to us. Green and red will go off on their own little adventure. So we're going to try and hit this guy. Got a slope jump there, which put us past him. Not the most terrible thing to happen on there. You just can grab the next cycle when he appears. Speaking of cycle, he's over there. Will you come? Yes, hello. Where's my purple dude? There you are. Hello. And we're just going to finish the stage in our style because his people need him. So, goodbye, Sonic. It was nice knowing you, buddy. Off he goes. There you go. Into the first boss stage now. Now, personally, I think this boss music sounds like something out of the Crystal Maze. Just listen to this while it plays. Boss itself, nice and easy. He's going to drop the bomb. It's going to drop around 5 times. He'll go pick it up, and when he picks it up, we hit it. 3, 4, 5. So we want to just hit the boss and then do this a grand total of 3 times for a total of 5 hits. So there you go again. Last time. 4, 5. He comes down, and away he goes. Music definitely sounds like something out of the Crystal Maze, in my opinion. And then we're coming into Rusty Ruin Act 2. Something really, really chill, really serene music here that we're going to go through. Taking a hit there off that guy because my jump went a little bit lower than I like. Taking a death as well. Whoops. Come on, Ark. Time to focus, buddy. Get the nerves out of your system. You did practice runs about 20 minutes ago. You were fine. Again, just being slightly nervous as we do speedruns. I'm in my own home. I've done runs for ESA before. What's up with me? Come on, buddy. We got this. Let's not worry about it. And yeah, we got the worst enemy in the game here. It is Charmy B. The reason he's the worst enemy in the game is simple because you think you're going to hit him, and then he'll just go psych, and he'll move out of the way, and suddenly either you're taking damage or you're trying to chase him around again. It's only slight movements. That's the thing as well. Depth perception is a thing in this game. Also, if you have played the Genesis version before, obviously, music is different, but so is the way the game looks. We have a little bit more textures here, and they've added a few extra pieces to the ruins as well. You can see some flicky statues there. You can see little moles hiding in pots. They make little squeaky noises. There's one there. So again, we're just going to hit him, activate the ruin so we can get through, and just head over into Area 2 of Act 1. Thankfully, don't have to worry about rings in this stage. We do not grab any emeralds because they are too far out of the way, and they require you to take the spin mechanic from the first area and obtain it in the second area here, which is a little bit slow. So we do have a specific emerald route that we take. There we go. An end of Act 1. Nice and chill. Nice and chill. So Act 2 coming up, we are going to do what is known as freed flicky flagging. Flickies have a total of 4 different states they can be in. The first one is they are captured. They are inside an enemy. The second one is that they are just roaming the map. They are free. They are roaming the map. The third state is that they are following Sonic. And the fourth and final state is that they are safe in the onion ring. So what I'm doing is I'm freeing the flickies, but I'm not actually picking them up because picking them up is slow. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and head straight to Knuckles, as Knuckles is in this area. And then once we come out of the boss fight, because all the flickies are free, they will magically be surrounding Sonic, and we can just advance on without having to grab them. So again, third bonus stage, a lot noisier this time, of course. So while this is going on, again, it's more of the same. It's dodge the mines, collect the rings, and you'll profit with an emerald at the end of it. So I'm going to hand it over to the wonderful host here if you've got anything you'd love to plug.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, we've got a $25 donation from Ibsen. He gives us that with no comment, but thank you very much for that. Just a reminder that those donations are going towards ESA Together. All of your donations are going towards the increased costs due to the coronavirus outbreak and to keep us up and running. Yep. Now, we do have some great incentives coming up. Earlier, I mentioned that those were going to be happening. Let me get those going here. So, our first incentive that we need to meet is an upcoming run of Wario Land 4. If that incentive is met, Mr. Chef is going to run it in hard mode. Hard mode moves enemies around, adds more enemies in general, and gives you less time to escape for each level. We are currently at $175 out of $500, so if you want to see that game run in hard mode, get those donations.
Yeah, Mr. Shasta is a fantastic runner. It would be great to see him run Wario in hard mode there. So again, you see, we came out the bonus stage, and suddenly we have all the flickies surrounding us. It's a really good mechanic, and we'll be using it throughout the run. Again, it is called the freed flicky flagging. Try and say that 3 times fast. It's very hard to do so. We thank Zergriff for making that up. And Big Spring, no platforming for us. We're going to dodge the platform there. Evil Flicky positioning right beside a flame turret. Flame turret will, of course, constantly spew fire at us, but we don't want to get damaged by that. Otherwise, our Flickies start running away. Going to try and bounce straight off Charmy there. Grab our speed shoes and see if we can carry these speed shoes into the second area. That way, we can just continue on as we normally do. Again, just enjoying the chill music with the rain falling down in the ruins here. But yeah, if you want to pick this up, I highly recommend it. One of the more prominent runners of all versions of the game, Amber Cyprin, she has a written tutorial, very in-depth written tutorial that is available if you want to join us in the International Isometric Salt Mine. We're not that salty, surprisingly. It's quite interesting. But that is the end of Rusty Ruin Act 2, so we are, of course, coming into Act 3 next. Act 3 being the boss fight, and we're going to try and attempt a quick kill. I'm going to try a damage boost to land up on top of the boss's paw and then get 5 quick hits. We'll see if we can do this. I need to position myself correctly. Oh, a little bit too low on the jump there. So instead, I'm going to go for the backup. I'm going to make him drop his paw significantly quicker than he normally would, and then just go for 5 quick hits here. 2, 3, 4, and then jump over to the last side, dodging the bullets, and then as he raises up, we get the 5th hit there. So that'll still be a sub 20 time on the boss. Obviously, the quick kill is even quicker if you can get it. Oh, 21! Dang! I was hoping for the 20 exactly. That 1 second just sneaking in. And now, welcome to Spring Stadium, where the tune sounds like you're in a swanky hotel. We're in Hotel du Arg at the moment. Again, you can see everything behind me. It's really cool being able to do online marathons like this from home. And I do hope that in the future we'll be still having more in-person events at ESA, because the in-person experience is absolutely amazing. So in the Spring Stadium here, the gimmick, of course, as you can see, is this lovely floor. These floors have spikes in them. If you stay on the floor for too long, you will get sent flying. Don't want to hit that, thank you very much. I do not want to take the damage because I need to keep the rings, as we want to get 58 for a bonus stage. Now, losing the gold shield there isn't actually terrible, because once you leave a bonus stage, you lose everything. You lose your rings, you lose the shields. The only thing you retain are any flickies that have been freed. So getting hit and losing that gold shield, not the biggest error that you need to worry about, as long as you don't take a second hit and lose the rings. Tails up here, however, just chilling, waiting for emerald number 4. That looks like chemical plant. We're inside one of the chemical plant pipes. So again, just moving ourselves back to the left and right there, trying to dodge any mines that you can barely see on the screen. Mine? So again, there's a set at the end there that I know is coming. A lot of these mines are literally just memory. You gotta memorize where they're coming from, or predict a jump. Predict the jump, see where they're coming from. But sometimes when you jump, you'll miss a nice big set of rings. You gotta balance it all out. But as we said, the game literally showers the stages in rings, which is thankfully a good thing. They also shower them in mines, which is not so good. Speaking of mines, there's a ring set with mines right beside them. We're at 250. Nope, there you go. 298 out of 250. We're fine. 300. Don't need to grab anymore. In fact, grabbing more means the countdown at the end of the special stage is longer. So let's not do that. We don't want to do that. No, no, no. And in case you forgot, we are in Spring Stadium. The game just telling us in the background there. Really messed up sprite. It's fun, honestly. I think this is one of the charms of the game for me. It's just the fact that we have this old game running. There we go. Finishing special stage number 4. Another big emerald there. Hello, my friend. The downside, of course, is with this being Sonic 3D Blast and not the DX version of the game. Even if we get all 7 emeralds, there is still no Super Sonic in this version of the game. But it does unlock a special fight that we will be doing. The final fight, as it is known as. So coming back into Hotel du Arg. Very chill, high-class music here. It does. It sounds like this is music you would hear like in a hotel or a convention area or something. But yeah, the soundtrack is interesting, especially when you compare it to the Genesis version. The Genesis has some really good tracks in it that I love, but this one has a lot of good ones as well. Come on, want to go get this guy? Thank you. There we go. I'm going to try and do some slope jumps to get some boosts. Only got the one there. The thing you got to worry about with this game is the timing of your jumps, especially when you're on slopes. If you're on a downward angle on a slope, you will gain a lot of horizontal speed, but not much air. If you're going upward, you'll gain a lot of air, but you'll lose pretty much all of your horizontal speed. Now, this is more like Arg music. I think this is Tiny Toon Adventures. Lots of funny sound effects, lots of weird things going on. If you listen carefully, you'll hear a duck at some point as well. ESA duck. So the different enemies, we've got spiders, we've got even more spikes in the floor. These ones have giant spikes that come out at you. Gonna grab the 10 ring box there. We want 50 as we enter the second area, because Sonic and Tails and Knuckles will be sitting together. You're gonna see the trio together in the game again. Gonna jump when you land on the black and red area there, because that's where all the springs are. Springs and spikes and oh my. We don't want any of them. Here comes the duck. Listen carefully. So we're going to say hi to Tails. Hi, buddy. Both of them staring together. It doesn't matter which person you speak to. As long as one of them gets 50 rings, you will be taken to a bonus stage here. And while we're doing this, once again, you got the amazing background. I'm going to hand it over to our host here.
All right. I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor this time around. We've got HyperX on board as our main sponsor for the marathon, and they have submitted a bunch of prizes for us to give away to you. So with a $15 bid, you can get in for a HyperX Fury Ultra. With anything $20 or more, you can get in for a Pulsefire Dart. And if you go $25 or more, we've got a couple more prizes. We've got a Cloudflight S, a Stinger Wireless for PS4, and a Cloud X Flight. All fantastic headsets that you can listen to this soundtrack even clearer on.
Yeah.
So make sure to get in your donations at donations.esamarathon.com. And like I said, anything over $15 will start to get you in on some of these prizes that we
can definitely recommend HyperX. Using a set of their headphones right now. Shameless plug. But no, HyperX is generally really good, and it's really cool that they're sponsoring ESA Together. Mine! I'm just getting visions of the seagulls from Finding Nemo now every time you hit them. Mine, mine, mine. That's what the developers must have been thinking when they were making this game. So 367 there out of 300, of course, means we get another emerald. And thankfully, we are more than halfway there now. We only need 2 more, and we will get both of them in the next stage, which is, of course, Diamond Dust Act 1 and 2. Waiting for the countdowns to get longer and longer. And deliberately going to grab a ring here so we don't die. Ring, spikes, and an enemy all waiting for you right as you come out that bonus stage. Perfect positioning. So we're going to do a slope jump off here just to gain a little bit of a boost as we head up the springs. And straight up, and away we go. So round the loops, making sure you grab 3 in the first area there, because the other 2 are hiding down here. We got 1 here, and then we got our favorite enemy, the pufferfish. Can't hit them when they're puffed out. They make a reappearance as well. I believe they're the only enemy that actually makes an appearance in 2 levels. They were so good at what they do, they put them in twice. So as long as you see on the bottom right-hand side of the screen there, you see that little HUD icon that has the 5 symbols. If that is not on screen, there are no flickies for you to collect in a certain area. So during each of the kind of level transitions, I guess, you can see what we need. And we got 1 guy here. Let's see if we don't get hit. Oh, I need him to come for us. Yeah, there are all the spikes in the floor there. Thankfully, we didn't get hit by any of them, which is nice. And you saw the red guy just immediately decide he was bouncing away. He was not coming for us. So now we're coming up to Baby Rage, the boss, because if he doesn't get his way, he starts flailing his arms around like a little baby. Doing Baby Rage. I'm going to try and get some quick hits on him here. 5, 6, 7, 8, and we go. So he knocks him down. 2, 3, get the 4th hit, and we're going to move on to our backup strat, which is jump on him, try and get him again, get him a 3rd time. Nope, he hit us. I'm going to grab a ring for backup while he goes to Baby Rages again. Hopefully he doesn't. There he goes. So while he's doing the slamming with his arms, he is low enough down. Again, depth perception is a bit of a nightmare there because his arms are moving up and down, but you can't quite see where you're going to be getting hit from there. But under 40 seconds there, I ain't complaining. I'll do that. And now it's Christmas time! Yay! Diamond Dust. It's our snow level with Christmas music or Christmas-like music. Frosty the Snowman's around. We're gonna get hit with the snowman here. We do want to get as many rings as we can, but in Act 1 here, the first area is perfectly a-okay to get hit because there's a lot of rings in the second area. Any extra that we do carry over from here, however, does make the stage that little bit safer. So we don't want to get hit by the ice turrets. The ice turrets will turn us into an icicle. Or sorry, an ice cube even. You're about to see an ice cube here. So we hit the big spring, we jump over, we jump over the bumper, and suddenly we're an ice cube. While we're an ice cube, the stage will play itself. We don't have any control until we get past the little gates that signify we can play the game again. There we go. And we're just going to do some more free flicky flagging here. So we're just going to allow this to run. We're just going to free the flickies, not worry about it. Make sure we don't get hit by the icicles that are sitting there. And go say hi to Tails. Yo, Tails, what you doing? What's that? You're going to give us more Christmas-based half-pipes? Okay. I'm seeing red and green here. I'll take it. Red, green with a little bit of blue. Deliberately getting hit by those mines because I want to grab as many of those rings here as we can. Didn't want to get hit by those ones, though, because we were trying to get over to the left-hand side here. Again, this is a whole set. Yep, I want to hit. I want to hit. Because we want to try and grab as many of these as we can. Because the earlier we get them, the quicker we can start just jumping around the place, not having to worry about where the mines and rings are. Disagree with that hit. I disagree, good sir. Oh, that was mean. So we just grab them, grab them, grab them, grab them. It's like catch the pigeon all over again. It's catch the emerald. Here's a question for y'all, though. Anybody else think the bass line in this sounds like it comes straight out of Mario Kart? I swear I hear Mario Circuit from Mario 64. You know, just that ding, 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 ding. And of course, the moment I bring it up, it decides to kick into like the main chorus. We'll have to keep an eye out and listen for it in the next stage. But first, I'm just going to despawn the... I'm going to see if we can despawn the track. There you go. Look at that background. That is a background and a half, isn't it? Again, the higher you go, the camera tries to follow Sonic. Hey! Just the background right there. And of course, we already have 400 rings. We're fine. Good to go. So I've just actually realized then, that means that between Emerald 5 and, Emerald 6 and Emerald 7, it actually jumps up 100 rings. So they doubly increase the difficulty on the final Emerald. Shouldn't be an issue for us. Keyword there, shouldn't. But we do have backup Emeralds if I need to try and get them in any way. But before that, we gotta go and get ourselves over the snow river here. We just keep jumping because it is quicker than trying to fight the gravity that you have if you are running on the snow. Mr. Pogo Man here showing us just how evil it can be when they bounce around away from us. Sending all our flickies off and away they go. Up, down, and in. Game is going to play automatically for a little bit coming up soon, and it's really good for us because it'll allow us to grab a whole bunch of rings. Going to just run and jump over. So one thing about the snowman enemies that are coming up here is that you have to hit the snowman enemies once to get rid of the snowman, and then hit the ice block that they leave behind. You have saw me spin dashing into or rolling into the snowman. That's a risky strat because you can sometimes be insta-killed. Common theory or the common belief is that it's a crush death because you're in an area that you're not supposed to be in and the game just goes, nope, that's a crush, and kills you. So try and avoid them. You don't have any control if it happens or not other than doing the slow kill on the snowman. But when you're trying to go fast and you're trying to set records, you want to do it as quickly as possible, which is why we do jumps all over these snowmen and down the slopes. Straight on at the Pogo Man, which is nice. Oh, got the spin before he started firing snowballs at us. Beautiful. Was trying to get into ball form there, but because we tried to go into ball form on the slope, we didn't get into ball form in time and just took damage off the enemy. So I'm going to be slightly more careful down here because I want to keep as many rings as I can without getting hit by the snowman. So that's why I went and grabbed that, but I'll take a double kill with my invincibility frames. Need to grab at least 28 rings before this area because the next area has plenty of rings. I'm going to just take this super safe there, making sure we do not lose the rings. 38, more than enough. And now the game is going to just automatically play for a little bit. And it's going to send us up to about probably 55 rings at this point. Showing us how angles work. Yeah, 56, no problem. Knuckles is right around here. We just say hi. Final emerald time. 500 rings are needed. No, not the mine. Rings. Mine hits the mine immediately. But yeah, this stage is filled with rings. It's also filled with mines. Now, I do try and get as many rings before the individual line of rings starts appearing. But generally, that's quite hard. I should have took damage at the start of that to grab as many of them as we can. And we're just going to stay on there. And then we're going to switch over. Still hitting all the mines. So let's see if we can sneak our way through this. Nah, not a chance. Again, Sonic automatically moving to the left and right at the speed that he hit these sides. So if you hit the very top there and then just let it go, Sonic will bounce, as you can see. You don't want him to bounce off things. You want to try and maintain control of him. 382 is fine. All right, 377. Because I hit a mine. Right, so this is where the rings are going to start coming. We still got over 400. It's fine. Just jump over that. Single ring of lines. Here we come. Single ring of lines. I think I mixed up my English there. Yoda, I am not. And then they switch them to mines. Again, very reminiscent of Sonic 2 there. Rings, then mines, then mines, then rings. That was quite smooth there. Happy about that. Got one last set of rings coming up here that we should be able to grab plenty of. 505. We are fine. We can start bouncing. Diamond dust. So you can see how much of the track we've still got there. Again, rings all around it. No track left. We got rid of it. I love these big jumps. The big jumps are activated by jumping directly on the side of the half pipe and then getting a second jump at its apex. It just combines the height. And that's all the emeralds. Good stuff for us. So we got them all. Unfortunately, no supersonic for us, but it does mean we will be doing the final fight stage. And the longest countdown ever, because you can't skip it. Feels slow. So we're going to grab, we're going to jump over these frosty turrets, get frozen there. Oops. That's fine. We're okay. We got over it. I'm going to use the slope to get a big jump over the snow river. Good snowman hit there. So the springs are hiding in the piles of snow. And Mr. Pogoman hanging on the ledge there. And finally finishing with the penguin. And then we're going to come into the boss. Act 3 Diamond Dust boss here. He likes to drop a lot of snowman. He's got little balloons around him. I guess that's his fuel for making snowmen in some cases. Oh. So we're just going to grab a ring. And then we're going to hit him once when he drops down here. When the bottom of the ship hits the start of that green pallet, we just jump and hit him. And we're going to move ourselves up into the corner. So he's going to bounce himself off the corner. And every corner he bounces off of allows him to stay in the same area so we can hit him. Big jumps so he can't freeze us. Jump from the snowmen that explode. 3, 4, away he comes before he activates his jet engines. We're fine. Again, every turret that we take out means there's less chance for him to freeze us. He does speed up as he goes through it. I'm going to just take that jump slightly later to make sure we weren't getting frozen. 3, 4, 5. He's going that side. Doing, 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 doing. And he's gone. There you go. And we're just going to bounce off the angles here. There we go. Spin dashing off the angles. This game loves its angles. It's isometric angles. Now for some overly dramatic music. Volcano Valley here. I don't know. It gets epic as it goes on. And I don't know why. Overly dramatic volcano music. I love it. But why is it here? So just listen to this as it goes along. We've got an invincibility right now. Invincibility music, again, exists, but just is never played. So you got to keep an eye on the sprite to see when you lose the stars. It's always after this ring. It doesn't last any longer in this version. So you know when you come into the second section here, you are fine. Speaking of being fine, we're going to just jump and dodge the flame turrets here, as flames have been replaced with frost. Flick it and need you to come back, buddy. Thanks very much. Thankfully, it was the blue flicky and not the green flicky that went on a journey. If the green one went on a journey, he was not coming back for us. Blue ones, thankfully, try and find us. So we got little spin dash platforms here. We will spin dash on them and we will jump off at the very top. It is a little speed strat that saves about 5 seconds if you get them all in a level. If you fail them though, fail even one of them, you lose about 10 seconds as you wait for that platform to come back down. Again, you can hear the music here. Around this point is where it suddenly just starts to kick up a notch. You can imagine a dramatic story of Sonic the Blue Hedgehog saving the Flickies from Dr. Robotnik's evil plans. I love it. It's so fun. It's brilliant. Unfortunately, we don't get to hear enough of it because we finished the stage too quickly. And then coming up into Volcano Valley Act 2, immediately we want to hold up left because we want to beat a cycle. We got spikies. We want to beat them and then just grab the flicky. We're going to jump on the third orange pillar here. Okay, we'll take that. Running through it, making sure we weren't getting hit by the fire plumes that came out. But if you jump on the third, like, kind of goldy orange panel there, you can land straight on the box. And if you land on the box, you do a bounce straight over, maintaining your speed. I might be a little bit too close for this one. We'll see if we get it. We still got it. That's good. So I'm barely jumping onto the side of those blue platforms, because if you are in the center of the platform, when you try and release a spin dash, you will definitely bonk off the wall and get sent back down. We don't want any of that. We're going to just use the spring here to completely skip over part of the level. Grab our speed shoes that we will carry all the way until the end of the level now, as we know where all the enemies are. Again, they do not move, which is really nice for us. Big jump over. Going to stop on the edge, do a spin dash. Will we get the final one? Yeah, we did. We got them all. That's a good set of Volcano Valley stages. You know it's good when you barely even hear a single loop of the level there. 103. That's good for me. I'm happy with that. On to the boss fight. Oh. So we're going to grab some rings while we wait for the boss to raise down. We're going to position ourselves right next to him. Yeah, we're spawn camping. It's bad. We're going to get 4 hits on the boss here before he shoots out fire. So there's the 4th one. We take deliberate damage here. And then we just get knocked over the fire. Fire cannon does. After the 8th hit, he's done. And Sonic goes and spins in lava that doesn't exist. Fun thing about the bosses is that once the bosses are destroyed, anything that can hurt Sonic effectively disappears. So we can just have fun for like 3-4 seconds. Now we're on a techno gadget. We got some techno music coming in here. Get your uns in the chat. At first it sounds very weird, but if you listen carefully, it will eventually start sounding very Sonic-like. Don't know why I went and grabbed that ring box, but you know what? More rings is not a bad thing. I ain't complaining. Dodging the turrets. The turrets are the worst in this level. They fire little skittles at you. And they're on a... They just rotate constantly. They have no mercy. Like I said, no mercy. There's our pufferfish returning. I'm caught on the edge of a ramp here, which is why my jumps are not being helpful. The ground is electrified. If you have a blue shield, you cannot be shocked. We do not have a blue shield, which means we can be shocked. I'm going to try and dodge all of this. Going to hold directly down here so we can get over this guy, hit him out, and then jump over to where the pufferfish is. Trying to grab the flicky before it goes on the fans. Because while they're on the fans, you can't really use the shadow. I use the shadows of the characters and the flickies a lot to judge where I am. It's just a nice way of handling the depth perception in the game. So jumping through, jumping up, coming in. Last guy here. Make sure you always have 5 flickies before you go in this tunnel. If you do not have them, you will be sent back to the start of the stage. The game does not allow you through here unless you have all 5 flickies. I did not know that as a kid, and I got sent back so many times. It was not good. So coming up to Gene Gadget 2. This stage features our favorite part of the game, known as the Slope of Rage. We're coming down at the bottom of the slope here, because hopefully we will not be falling down it. And we're going to grab the flicky that resides down here. This should be the last time we go through this area. Techno going. So we're going to hit the mouse, because the mouse is beside the turret, and the turret is evil. I'm going to just take my time over on the slope here. We want to make sure that we do not fall down. If you land on the slope part here, the game will just send you down the bottom. But we want to do a number of jumps there that will just allow us into each of the areas that contain our flickies. Jumping over the turret shot, straight down to where we need to go. Last enemy, right at us, dodging the turret. No slope of rage for us. Very smooth Giga Area 1. Let's see if we can do the same in Area 2. So we're going to run up the Great Wall of Gene Gadget, but we're only going to go about halfway because we want to grab that flicky, and then we're going to navigate back through the rest of the level, getting an insta-kill on the octopus enemy. Going to spin dash jump so we don't get hit, grab the green flicky, very smooth. Again, placing the enemies right next to these turrets is just evil game design. And away we go. This is a really smooth Gene Gadget too. Very happy with how this is turning out. And our last flicky directly above us here. We grab it and we run towards the end of the level.
Oh, we got time for a few donations?
We do. We have an auto-scroller boss fight coming up. I can't hit him until he lowers himself down. So we're going to cheese it by just sitting in the top corner after grabbing some rings and facing at an angle against the treadmill so we don't move back as much. And yeah, take it away. Go for it.
Excellent. Well, we've got 2 donations in. One from Jack of Hearts saying he'd love to say good luck to everybody, but he's going to save his good luck for the bad speedrunners that need it. So instead, he'll say, have a great event and hope we can see each other again soon. So thanks for the $20, Jack. We also have $25 from Nico Hart saying good luck on the runs. Argick, smash this Sonic 3D Blast run. Fast is the speed you have to go. So put that donation towards the Wario Land 4 hard mode, and that we will.
Fast is definitely how we need to go. As I said, I will retime this run afterwards to see how it is. A little bit of tech issues at the start there, and Arg learning that the emeralds will not reset unless you actually physically close the game. Who knew? Not me. But yeah, again, this boss, auto-scroller, can't speed it up. Gotta wait until he comes down to hit him. As far as I'm aware, I've been told that this is a set pattern every time you play the stage. I've never paid enough attention to know. All I need to know is if something's in my lane, I jump over it. And that's it. But we do get some more of that Crystal Maze music.
While we wait for Robotnik to, get in the path of you, why don't we put a shout out to everyone watching here? You know, during ESA Together, the first 800 subs that we get to ESA are going to be matched by a $2.50 donation from our sponsor, HyperX. So let's smash that goal and work our way towards another emote slot that you can all...
That's impressive. That is really nice. All right, so we're coming into Planet Puppet here, or as I like to call it, the Fort Boyard stage. And that's just because of the music again. For some reason, the PC version just seems to remind me of all these old British TV shows or European TV shows that we used to listen to as a kid. Fort Boyard, Crystal Maze. Maybe I'm just weird, who knows? But yeah, the flickies are in little test tubes. They've not yet been placed into their enemies, so we can avoid all the enemies in this stage. And now we're coming up to a wonderful treadmill with the best invincibility in the game. We use it just to hit that switch, and then literally we're just waiting. But here comes our favorite wall. We got Techno Wall and Dad Dancing, because, you know, bad Techno Dad Dancing. Yeah. Techno Wall, dance with us. Yeah. So bad. So cheesed. But yeah, that is the end of that stage, and that is the end of our flickies as well. They are all safe. We have gotten them where they need to go. We are now just going to head straight towards the final boss in Planet Puppet 2. We're going to see Mr. Giant Robotnik himself. Going to grab a ring at the start here and just going to navigate through this one. Best thing about this particular stage is that if you are directly in front of where the lightning shoots out of, it doesn't hit you. So we just run against the lightning, basically, and away we go. And we're going to do that every time there's lightning on the field. Again, we're just running through, straight through and over, getting the jumps to skip as much as the auto-scrollers as we can. And then, of course, here he is, Eggman! With the end of the level right there being, of course, the inside of his nose. So we're coming up to the only area that we call MIPS, which is known as Mandatory Isometric Platforming. These platforms are annoying. I'm going to just try and hold myself until the platform comes into position. We did not get MIP'd. I'm very glad the developers of the game did not decide to include more of those kind of sections, because this game would be a lot worse. Depth perception really messes with you on that. Taking a deliberate damage boost on the mine here are going to make sure we go around the turret, not to get ahead. We're going to jump over the last one and go into the nose. I reckon that's going to be about 59. Oh, 102. Too many hits. 102 many hits. So we're coming up to what would be the final boss of the any% run. Can only speed up the first section here. He's got to slam down, and then we got to hit the totally not broken shoulder panel that is supposed to be a blue light. And then on the fourth one, the arm stays down, and we quickly jump over the left-hand side, do the same again. I want the switch to stay active for as much as it can. And there we go. Grabbing the rings as we can't get back up to this area. Wonderful noise there as well every time it descends into a new area. Now we're going to play angles with Arg. If you just hit that side and then charge a spin dash, the angles will allow you to immediately head right back to the other side, which is really good. So hit the boss, do a 2-rev spin dash, and then away you go. Just doing, doing, doing. Angles. It's amazing. 3, 4. Easy every time. And then we got a really cool section coming up as well in the next area. So the next area, he's going to fire Skittles at us. Once again, we need to start with this side. But what we're going to do is we start with this side just so we don't get any Skittles. Oh, we got a single Skittle. The lone Skittle. And now I'm just going to jump in this corner here because for whatever reason, the game has both hitboxes active. I got Skittled. How nice. But yeah, I'm on the left-hand side. The next side is meant to be a right-hand side hit. Nah. Or a left-hand side hit, a right-hand side hit. His left, my right. Directions are hard. And again, we just keep bouncing here. And then there goes the boss. But because we have the emeralds, we will get taken into the final fight. You're going to want to see this screen transition. Don't blink or you'll miss it. You blinked, you missed it. So this is the final fight here. We're going to go around 5 different areas. First one here, he's going to fire lasers out of his fingers, similar to Sonic 3. Although we ain't going to destroy it. We're just going to hit him as soon as he comes into the field. Grab some rings for safety there. Spin dash our way over the magical bridge. Onto the dance floor here. He's going to fire out flames 3 times, and on the 3rd hit, he's going to make himself visible. Well, it clips through the floor because he can show us that Sonic isn't the only one that can clip. Moving on to the 3rd area here. He's going to summon his hands. His hands are going to come after us. We're going to position the hands so they will go back to the area really quickly. I always jump there and I shouldn't jump. I should spin dash and not jump. There we go. If you spin dash, you dodge the hand. Who knew? But I want to keep them in the center here because after this 3rd one, they're going to move towards the left and right hand side. And if you have them already in the center of the stage, you save about 4 seconds over the course of the level. I know, right? 4 whole seconds. It's amazing. So into area number 4 here, actually. He's going to fire missiles. We're just going to keep the missiles all next to each other. He's going to drop back down and we're just going to hit him. Moving into the final area where we're just going to cheese it by lighting up this panel and then spin dashing. He's going to fire a lot of steel balls at us. He can't aim. Ricochets will never hit us. This is a safe spot. And then when we jump, we hit him and we get to repeat the process. We gotta wait for the noise though before we can go over the bridge. I have tried to go over the bridge many a time without hearing the noise and you just bounce off it. It's like, I don't know why it decides to show the bridge. I'm gonna play that safe and let the lasers come to me. There we go. I'm gonna grab the last set of rings because we will never see this platform again. We only do 2 cycles. So time is coming up fairly soon as well at the end of this. Just gonna play Ring of Roses with a fire, really. Let the fire come back down here. I fire. I fire. So that's the end of the fire phase. Once again, coming up to the hand phase. Arg, don't jump into the hands. It's only recently I've started jumping into the hands. I forget which button is jump and which button is spin dash for some reason. So I'm listening for a sound cue for these. I'm listening for like the 6. Woo. And once I hear the 7th one, I release my spin dash, and generally, I'm safe. There you go. And then he will once again send them off to charge towards us. We just jump and away they go. He'll come in. We grab a hit. Goodbye hand section. Hello missile section. And we're coming up to the final part here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even though you launch 6 missiles. There we go. Almost an instantaneous hit there. Final area. Once again, onto the panel. Charge a spin dash. As long as the lower panel is lit up, you will not be hit. So time is coming up fairly soon on the final hit here. And there we go. That is time. And that is Sonic 3D Blast PC version. All emeralds. And then we get the really cool soundtrack here that sounds like it's from Sonic R, but it's not actually. It's its own thing, and the singer just does a very, very good impression. But there you go. Even with tech issues, that was a really good run. So how did we do? What was the time? Do you know? I'm being... Oh, there we go. Hello.
50 minutes and 33 seconds.
That's actually not bad, considering we had to restart the game, what, twice? But there we go then. Sorted. So I think coming up next is what? Is it WarioWare next?
No, next up we've got Eagle Island, run by Mr. Dino023. We actually have a donation that came in from Boss Dirk saying shoutouts to Dino in the Eagle Island community and good luck.
Oh, definitely good luck. That's a really nice game. Great indie game. Looking forward to watching that run. Overestimate. Yeah, overestimate for tech issues. It's fine. I could have been cheeky and restarted the timer a second time when I reset the game, but I thought, let's not worry about it. It's fine. As long as you all enjoyed the run, that's the main thing. But